What is going on YouTube and also Discord chat? Welcome to your Strats Weekly for the week of 10 April 2021. I am always as your host, Oth. Thanks for joining me this evening or for catching the VODs after the fact. Welcome, welcome. Vecino had to step away briefly, so he'll be back at some point. Had to go deal with something IRL. Welcome to Strats Weekly, where we talk about all things going on in the Strats community, assorted video games that we're playing or we're interested in, tech news, things of that nature, just pretty much whatever anybody wants to talk about, really. I have a few things. Hopefully Vecino has some other stuff. Actually, I'm really excited to talk about some of the EVE stuff this week that went down with Vecino, because I don't fully understand it, but it was crazy and super fun. So let's crack right into it, hit up some of these gaming topics while we wait for Vecino to get back. First and foremost, always started out with World of Warcraft Shadowlands. We are still playing World of Warcraft Shadowlands. Nightlife is currently not in here, but he will be around later this evening. He plays real late on Saturdays. He loves pushing keys. He is, I think he's all but 2 now at plus 15. He may be all but 1 now. I'm not 100%. I haven't checked with him this week to see how he's going. But he is smashing his way through key progression. We are also doing some progression rating. For that, we are linked up with another guild because we don't have enough raiders of our own in order to actually push that, so we're linked up with another group, and they're doing quite a bit of progression there. I think they have more than one raid team going at this point. If you are interested in consuming some World of Warcraft Shadowlands content, Nightlife streams that over on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Stratsco, usually streaming either from Bear Tank or his alt, which is Destro Priest, maybe? I don't remember. I always forget what his alt is at this point, and I think he's got a second one at this point, which I also don't remember offhand, because I'm not currently playing World of Warcraft Shadowlands. But if you're on Area 52, we are on the Horde side, if you're looking for a guild to hang out with, or if you're just, looking for some people to push competitively into Keystones with and such like that, feel free to pop on down to the Blizz Nerds channel, ask for Nightlife. He's always looking for more people to play with. What other games we got? Oh, that's right. We got the orders all different this week. Princess Connect Redive. Nobody's here that wants to talk about Princess Connect Redive except me, and that's totally fine. I will talk into the void about this game. I fucking love this game. So, if you have not finished your little lyrical adventures for whatever reason, you haven't watched the story, or you're not quite done drawing out the metal gotchas, we are less than 24 hours from that event ending. Might not be a bad idea to spend some extra stamina if you haven't quite gotten all the divine amulets or the gacha currencies for whatever tier that you're on. What's up, Bane? It would be a good idea to do that, because once these are not available anymore, they are not available anymore, and that's just how it goes. We don't know what's coming next offhand. I expect we'll have an update on Monday. That's usually when Crunchyroll puts out their news. And the last couple weeks, they really haven't given us much to work with. We do know that there was going to be a little bit more spacing, because they were slowing the pacing down. So I assume that when this goes away and when Kyoka goes away, also on Monday, I assume we'll see a bit of a gap before the next bit of content rolls up. Hopefully they will tell us about that on Monday. I believe if they continue with the schedule that exists, the next character coming is a 2-star. I don't remember her name offhand, but it is also raid up chance on Hatsune. So if you do not have your Hatsune yet, which I don't, feel free to get your draw on when that gacha starts up, at least until you get the new 2-star, at the very least. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. Hopefully we'll also find out when the April clan battle will be, because they have not told us that yet either. I'm super excited for that. I know we just got some fresh 5-stars in the clan. We are super ready for it. What other games we got to talk about? Bane's in here. EVE Online. What up, Bane? I wish Vecino hadn't gone AFK. I wanted to talk to him about EVE Online. wanted to talk about that crazy op that went down the other night. That like, I just like popped in the channel and was like watching one of the streams, and I just saw fireworks being shot at a giant space station. I had no idea what was going on, but it looked cool. Oh man. Hopefully Vecino will be back soon. We'll come back to Eve, talk to him about that a little bit. So I'm curious. Oh, Path of Exile. Path of Exile Ultimatum. If anybody didn't watch the trailer that they dropped on Thursday with all the information, I don't think the patch notes are officially out yet. This is coming very soon. Drops on the 16th. It is actually officially dropping in 5 days, 18 hours, 20 minutes, and 14 seconds, according to the website countdown. The new Trials of Chaos with the risk reward, the new currency for re-rolling veiled items with guaranteed veil modifiers. The changes, oh, there's so much loot and itemization changes, and I really want to do a dive into the patch notes and watch some of the content creators out there who really, really know the game to see just how much there was a lot of allegations from GGG that this was going to be predominantly buffing, with the exception of Harvest League, which they're tempering a little bit, which is probably for the best given how last league went. But they said a whole lot of things that were like, oh, generally this will make things stronger, but it's like their goal appears to be, per their dev manifesto, that they want all different league content to still be viable. They don't want everybody to only be playing just one league content. If there's a league that you specifically enjoy the content of, or you enjoy or want the gear from said league, they want that to be the best way to acquire that gear, which makes sense. Like if you want delve gear, you should be delving. If you want, you should be doing essences if you want essence specific type stuff. And for the most part, it looks like they're trying to buff a lot of that so that those become the best way to do things. And some of the changes that are happening, like one of the changes I'm not sure how I feel about with veiled mods specifically, some of the really powerful veiled mods are no longer going to be craftable. They will only be available through unveiling on veiled gear, but now there's additional ways to get veiled mods onto veiled gear. I don't know, there's going to be a lot more RNG. These new veiled chaos orbs I think are going to be really wonky. I'm curious if the community will like them, or if they will be just something that's like too RNG even for Path of Exile's community. I don't know. I have so many questions after watching the stream about how things are going. I like that generally, though, it looks like they're trying to put more emphasis on the rewards, both from just normal monster drops, as well as making sure that if you want certain types of league-specific content, like Stygian Vice, for example, then you run stuff from that specific league, and that's how you will be most able to acquire them. And there were a whole bunch of new uniques also that they mentioned. They teased some of them in the video. I haven't read and watched everything that they've released yet because they released a whole lot, and I've been waist deep in homework all week. But I'm reasonably excited with what I saw. Looks pretty cool. I wish it wasn't starting quite so soon. I just wish they'd give me like a couple weeks. Let me just let this semester wind down, let all the major projects be behind me, and then drop this really fun league that looks like it's going to be a real hoot to play. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It looks like at the very least, if I go this league, I will be starting a couple weeks late rather than day one, which is a little sad, but what are you going to do? Nothing doing. None of the Valheim peeps are around right now because they're all playing Valheim at the moment. I know Precious and Biggles are currently playing over yonder, and I think, yeah, where's Bradum? Oh, Bradum's sleeping probably. But yeah, it looks like they are all actually playing Valheim. Like I said last week, though, regarding just like a real quick note on that for anybody who missed it, we're still considering spinning up a server specifically for doing some sort of grandiose build type stuff. I think at this point we have decided officially we're just going to wait until the Hearth and Heart, whatever they're calling it, the new patch, which is going to have some quality of life and a lot of building specific improvements. I think we are waiting for that to drop before we're actually going to spin the server up or see if it's even worth spinning the server up. If there's enough interest for it in order to get some of that going down. And then hopefully there'll also be some additional tools available either officially or through the modding community just to mitigate the potential for griefing. Because if we're going to be having people go out in a survival setting and gather up all the materials or bring materials from other worlds in so that they can build their grand builds to show off their creativity and building prowess, it would be a crying shame if somebody came in and just fucked it all up for everybody. We didn't have a lot of problems with it on the Minecraft server previously when we had one spinning, and that was kind of the group's goal, was just like big survival based builds. But it did happen a little bit, and if we didn't have some of the tools in place that we did, thanks to Minecraft's amazing modding community, we would have lost a lot of work and a lot of resources. So hopefully we can avoid that with the Valheim server if we end up spinning it up. Like I said, we're at this point though, we're just pretty much officially waiting until the next update comes out before we pull any triggers there. Man. Speaking of EVE Online though, since Bane is in here, but also if you didn't notice, we have a heap of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got like 12 more people down there still. And that's down from what was in there earlier when they were doing some sort of op that I don't understand because I'm not playing. But it looks hella fun. Very, very coordinated. Lots of shenanigans afoot. I think they're... Oh, there. I see what's going on right now. Yep. Roll that whole time. Got to get the wormhole situation resolved. Is that a weekly thing, Bane? I don't know if you can hear me or not. Yeah, I hear you. What's going on? Yep. Yeah, is it so with the hole rolling, I know that happens on, it seems to happen pretty consistently on Saturday and Sunday. Is that just like the way the timing works out in with that mechanic in Eve, or is that just when you have the heaps of people available to do it efficiently? Okay. Yeah, because I know, I mean, like, there are literally nightly ops going on, but I know that, like, Saturday especially, there are so many people playing. Hmm. By the way, so curiosity, because I poked in, Vicino, like, pinged me and is like, dude, you should, like, he's like, if you're not busy, you should totally pop in here and just, like, watch the shenanigans. What was going on with all of the fireworks being shot at that giant structure? Like, what the hell were you guys doing the other night? Yeah, I came in and there was just like a whole heap of y'all in there, and people were talking about shooting fireworks at the structure and something about a damage cap because there was a lot of deflection damage happening, and mm-hmm. Mm. I mean, it looked damn cool. I saw also. I appreciate that you and a couple of the others were taking screenshots. There were some great screenshots of the party. uh, mm-hmm. It was worth hella buns too. I remember I saw the Z kill come up. It was like 1.4 bill or something like that. Whew, that hurts. I mean, it's not like those big like massive fleet battles that were getting news stories, a little while back, but I mean, that's not like small potatoes. If I was playing a game and I lost $200 worth of in-game stuff, I'd be a little hurt. I wouldn't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the I will say that I have never in my life encountered something with the scope of Eve in terms even just in terms of like the player base. Like I played a lot of Ion back in the day when it came out. And like there were some big like server throwdowns because, in Ion it was similar to how the in World of Warcraft you have, the Horde and the Alliance. In Ion, same thing. There are two factions basically, and there was a whole lot of emphasis placed on PvP, especially in the Abyss, I think is what it was called. And I remember doing some of the big fort battles there, and I thought those were like big deals. But that was only like, I'd say you get like a 150, maybe 200 people in there tops, and like it was absolute chaos, like indecipherable chaos. Whereas like Eve, like the scale of players and resources involved, and like when you think about either the real world valuation or the just the time, the raw time to make all that shit, and then people just go out there and just smash into each other. It's like Jesus. Mm-hmm. A really big one. Oh god. Well, I mean, it looks hella fun, and I am I am on an almost daily basis impressed by just the sheer momentum behind what's going on with the core and the alliance, which is like we never in our wildest dreams, like when this was initially spinning up, we were trying to decide if we were going to bring the old, because once upon a yesteryear, a couple of guys actually spun up an Eve Corp in for strats like way back in the day, and they picked a terrible ticker, and Vecino was super mad about it. uh, he was just like, "Why would that be the ticker you picked?" Like, well, because it could only be 5 letter. It was SRATS, SRATS. We're like, why is that the ticker you went with? That sounds just Vecino was not happy. he was yeah, he was a little bit nicer about, because like they were trying to figure out a way to shorten like Stratsco, something like that. He was a little bit more cordial with the individuals involved, but like he was big mad in the staff channel. He's like, God, what a stupid name. It was very funny to watch. Like Strats is his baby, like he cares a lot about this community, and he he was just like, man, like they put this stupid thing in there. So I mean, but we were discussing, previously when they were first talking about maybe going back into Eve, like Vecino, Taco, and a couple of them. They were just in gaming one night. It was like incredibly late one night. They were watching old YouTube clips. Vecino was watching old YouTube clips of like his PvP, and he's like, man, maybe I just want to play some Eve again. Like maybe it's time. Maybe I've had a long enough break. And they never, I don't think, did we ever anticipate that it was going to like we were going to get traction and just like go for it. But as soon as it started happening, it was like, okay, like let's do it. We're going to do it. Let's just do it right. Like we got the people, we've got the interest. Like let's play some fucking Eve. And here we are. It's mm-hmm. Yeah, once that wheel's rolling, if it gets as soon as you get it started downhill, man, there's no stopping it. You just let it go. So like we go from a couple of friends thinking about maybe spinning back up and playing some Eve to, all right, well let's get a new core going, to, all right, let's find ourselves an alliance and start messing around with stuff. All right, let's do a little bit of recruiting. Let's get some numbers. Okay, well this alliance just imploded. I guess let's just make our own alliance. Oh hey, the other cores from the alliance that imploded are interested in joining, so let's bring them into the fold. And now we're going crazy. I'm all about it. I was Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 When Vicino was talking about it, when he mentioned, that this was like a huge get, like it was like a huge deal that he was interested in joining and and doing with us. I went and looked up his Z kill board, and I was like, oh my god, because I go over there and look and see what's going on. I'm curious. I like to see how it's going. So I'm constantly like checking in to see how the alliance spread looks, how the core spread looks, and I went and looked at his individual thing. I was like, holy shit! Like I've never seen a distribution that skewed. Holy crap! Yeah, he is serious business, and he's I've sat there, I've sat in and just listened in on some of the ops when I've like had some time. He is incredibly professional. Also, just like he's real good at like helping people understand what they need to do. He's real good about explaining things, and he doesn't get angry. He's just very calculated, very cool. He's like, all right, we need to do X, Y, and Z. Just do this, do that, do this, and it's like finding somebody of that temperament is just so cool. Yeah, I know. Oh my goodness. And I would tell you, man, we've had a lot of good experiences within this community, and we've had a couple of rough ones where we've had some serious drama llama in games similar to Eve. And I'm so glad that like we don't have those kind of people here anymore. A lot of the drama llama is gone at this point. We either have removed them or they have removed themselves. Yep. Anything, yeah, anything with PvP, anything where somebody stands to lose something. I think it has to do not just with the nature of the game itself, but the sort of players that are attracted to that kind of gameplay. Like there is definitely the kind of people who like to mess with others, whether that's, kind of playfully the way Sinish is, or, you know, more maliciously, like truly get their jollies off, like ruining other people's days. Like MMOs, especially ones with large scale, PvP and consequences, like, losing heaps of time, resources, effort. It attracts that kind of person. So the trick is just like avoiding those people within the core. But yeah, I'm super impressed with everything that's going on down there. I'm really sad that I'm in the middle of like my final semester. I wish that I was, you know, I wish I had a lot more available time and could be participating because it looks like a blast. I, I do officially have a character. I have entrusted Vicino with AFK skill training it for me. I do officially have a character though, in the event that I decide to join. It's just like, and actually, I was talking to Vicino before the stream went live. That just like right now, given where I am, just in life as well as like time availability and such, this is just the worst possible time for a game like this to creep up into my schedule because I do not have good self control. I would absolutely be shucking like real life responsibilities to play games. Like if I got sucked into Eve, I would be that guy that like you heard about back in like the EverQuest and the World of Warcraft days, where like all his personal relationships fall apart and he stops going to work and stuff like. I'm in danger of being that guy on a regular basis. I have to be very careful. So that is the big reason why I'm not playing more than anything. I don't have the time, and I know if I were to even just install it, that would be the beginning of a slippery slope that would potentially end in disaster. And I want to get this semester behind me before I take any risks like that, which is part of the reason why I'm really sad about the Path of Exile new league coming out, which looks really interesting because I cannot install. I know what will happen. I will play 10 or 12 hours a day every day. And I will lose sleep and time that I need to be doing schoolwork, and I'll have a very angry wife. And it's just none of these are a good idea. Oh man. Yeah, I'm super hyped though for everything that's going on down there. It looks like a blast. I'm glad people seem to be having fun. I'm glad that we really just don't have a lot of drama. Those are that's one of the biggest things. That was actually one of the main reasons that Strats came into being. Um, Vicino, along with about I say there's maybe like a dozen or 20 people way back in the day playing ESO online with the Reddit guild. Decided like I don't want to deal with this drama anymore, and they just like broke away and made their own guild. And that was where Strats started, was as an ESO guild. So we have always been attempting to avoid drama as much as possible. Yeah, which we've done pretty successfully, except in Albion Online. Oh my god, Albion Online, what a shit show. Albion Online was so good, and then we gave power to some people who we shouldn't have given power to, who ended up being just scum, just terrible, and it all imploded. Bad times. It is. All the people that caused problems left of their own volition and never came back, and I'm totally okay with it. Hopefully they're still playing Albion, because we're not. Oh man, but yeah, if you're looking for a new home in New Eden, uh, we got a home for you. If you are a veteran player looking for a new core, a core looking for an alliance that kind of lets you just do your own thing and isn't sitting there telling you exactly, you know, when to jump and how high, or you're a new player, returning veteran, whatever the case may be, if you're interested, feel free to pop in to Internet Spaceships right here. Hit up Bane, hit up Vicino, hit up Sinish, hit up Taco, any of those guys, Vorthos, Locke, they'd all talk. They'd all love to talk to you about possibly joining up here at Stratsco. And you can T-pose and assert dominance. Um, so Bane, if I recall correctly, you work at a game shop, right? What is your favorite TCG, and why is it Magic the Gathering? I don't know if it is. I just assume it is. I mean, it's like the biggest. I'm the same way. I played Magic the Gathering starting around Revised Edition, maybe a little before, and I played all the way through Urza's Legacy, I think, before I just like I had to cut the addiction. It was getting bad. And then I got back in for Zendikar and Scars of Mirrodin blocks and played Standard while I was living abroad. And forgot how expensive Standard is to play. Holy shit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And I was playing like there is one, two, three, four. There is 6 or 8 of us that like all work together, that were all playing competitively and going out to like Friday Night Magic and stuff like that. Um, playing Standard. Collectively, we threw a whole lot of money into Wizards of the Coast pockets, and after that, I was kind of like, you know what, this is obviously not a good idea. So I switched to a Commander format, and I only mess with Commander, and I don't try and build like super meta decks either, because holy god, can that get expensive in Commander even. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then like the yeah, I don't know. The game design with Magic in general, like I love when they try to reset the power level when it's just like, okay, the power creep's gotten too high. We want to slow the game pace down. So like lightning no more lightning bolts, only shock, right? And stuff like that. And they try to curb that power down and then, people don't enjoy the power being slowed down so much, so then they ramp it back up slowly and I don't know. It's a lot. I can't even keep track of it anymore. Although I am very, very, very excited for the 40k commander decks. I'm super excited about those, actually. I want to own all of them. I don't know how many they're going to give us, but I want all of them. I just know they're coming. Yeah, oh, they're doing a couple others too. I remember reading about it. This is about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, maybe. I don't know. It was a little while back. They were talking about it. No hard release date, but they're doing some additional like crossover things. And one of the ones they specifically mentioned was 40k was getting a crossover, and that it was going to be commander decks, which is that's super super exciting. I'm very curious how they're going to do like an entire 40k themed commander deck, like a couple of them. That sounds super fun. And other than the first commander decks that came out, for the most part, I feel like the commander decks that they release at the same time are relatively balanced against one another. So I'm hoping that the 40k ones will be the same way. Hopefully they release like maybe four of them, and they're all roughly equivalent in strength, so that you could, in a closed environment, only just play those decks against one another and have like a reasonably fun time without worrying about somebody's wallet winning every day. Yeah, there was a Walking Dead thing also. I don't remember. Don't remember. I don't know if they even said what that was going to be. Like, well, I know they did a Walking Dead thing previously, but I think they were doing another one. Let's see. Yeah, the secret. No, that was the Secret Layer Walking Dead stuff, right? Oh yeah, there was a couple of mini sets. Mm, yeah, I don't know if they did anything other than that. But I know they were doing some additional. They talked about some other crossovers besides just the Warhammer one. I just, for the life of me, cannot recall what it was. I wonder if I can find the post where we were talking about it previously. Oh man, now I'm scrolling through the Warhammer channel. I'm seeing all the trailers. Give us these games already. God, there's so many War 40k games coming out this and well, like, just Warhammer in general games coming out this year that I'm hyped for. Just want to play all these games. No, I can't find it. It's in there somewhere. Oh man, yeah. There's too many games. It's like dark. Oh, you might be right. You might be right. You might be right. Yes, there is a crossover product. Still no release date. Yeah, it seems like they really, other than the like late February release where they talked about some of the universes beyond stuff. I mean, I guess they're not releasing anytime soon. I think. Oh, they're also doing Adventures in the Forgotten Realm, which is apparently not part of the Universes Beyond. I think the big things that they've talked about for Universes Beyond are just Lord of the Rings and 40K. And they've only told us 2022 at this point, so it's coming eventually, whenever they get around to actually releasing it. I love that they also felt the need to qualify, like, oh, these won't be standard legal. Like, no shit. Of course they're not going to be standard legal. Like, I don't think anybody was confused about that. Oh man, yeah. Nice. So many games. I wanted to ask Vecino also if he had tried out the new Cyberpunk. Uh, Now that the update's out, Klutzy's been playing it. I haven't gotten a chance to ask anybody who's actually tried 2077 with the most recent uh, patch and bug fix that they did. If it's any good. I mean, you're playing Eve. Nobody has time if they're playing Eve. That really says something about a game, though. If when a game is so immersive and involved that you just like not only do you not really have the time to play a lot of other stuff, but you just don't even have the desire to. Like you guys are playing Eve hard. What up, Dr. Acula? Surprised you're awake after staying up all night playing Overwatch. I assume you're not talking because you don't want to talk. That's possible. Oh, there you go. Yeah, but man, how was Overwatch, by the way? I know you were in there data gathering until
Man,
3:30 in the morning. I thought you had it uninstalled for the semester.
yeah. Well, I went in there to research the beam weapons, and I could not stop playing.
No self-control. I understand. I know that feel. That's me. Was it at least a successful research dive?
I think they recreated both of their beams pretty well, actually.
Oh yeah, nice. Bane, if you didn't know, by the way, Dr. Acula has been working on an indie game for a while now, and he loves.
Oh,
He constantly draws inspiration from all manner of things. He is always looking at I would wager that in the last 2 years, better than 50% of his video game purchases have been motivated on exploring the way other developers have done things that he's working on doing.
Yeah, pretty much. I can't tell you how many games I've bought that I don't want to play, but I want to know how they work.
I mean, what was that? What's that link that tattles on how expensive your Steam library is?
Let's not do that. That's not a. It's not a good place for me to go right now.
Yeah, I seem to remember yours. I don't think yours was the worst when a bunch of us did that, but you were definitely not the best.
It's pretty gross.
I think Bradham's was actually the worst, if I remember correctly. Bradham owns a lot of games on Steam that he apparently just like. He does the thing I used to do all the time on Steam sales. He like buys the game. He's like, oh man, I might want to play this at some point. It's so cheap. Like this is the time to buy it, and then just like never get around to playing it because a million other games are constantly coming out all the time, drawing your attention. Oh man. But yeah. Oh, and also leaked what was it? Ryzen 7K series, Zen 4, 5 nanometers. PCIe 5.0 and DDR5 compatible. Pretty spicy. So Braden is discussing delaying yet again. Mm-mm. On his computer build. Meanwhile, Intel's most recent drop was just bad. They've already discontinued some of the mid-series stuff that they dropped, and at least their next drop looks better. Promising. Promising is a good word for it. Oh man. But yeah. Man, what else you want to talk about? I don't even know. I ran out of stuff to talk about.
Oh.
I'll tell you what game I didn't get to play. I haven't played in like 2 weeks that I own. That I'm enjoying well enough. Escape from Tarkov. Man, you want to like feel like you're bad at video games? Play Escape from Tarkov. You will feel bad at video games. Brutal.
Yeah, I feel bad enough. I don't think.
You don't need the extra. You don't need the extra like kick in the bum.
Hey, have you ever heard of Viva La Dirt League?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I love those guys. They did a bunch of videos, and I thought they were hilarious.
You know, a buddy of mine from high school was like, "Hey man, like I'm getting into Escape from Tarkov. You should check it out." And I was like, "Yeah, all right, sure, I'll check it out." And I think I don't know because I haven't like directly asked him yet about it, but he played a couple nights over like a week and change, and I haven't seen him play since. I think he got like skill checked real hard and was just like, nah, this game's just too extreme. Like it is very, very hardcore in terms of like you are constantly risking gear, and anytime you fail to extract from a mission, you just like lose everything you had, everything you picked up, and everything that you had taken in as well. So yeah, it is not for everyone, but it's good fun. It's stressful as hell. I thought about it's the only other game besides Subnautica that's made me consider getting a heartbeat monitor, and just like seeing how absolutely stressed I am playing this game. I've never actually played Subnautica, but knowing what Subnautica is about, I have no doubt I would be incredibly stressed out playing that game as well.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh, you didn't miss that much though. I see you say you shoot. I missed so much. I just missed us rambling about Magic the Gathering and Eve and Princess Connect. I can talk about Princess Connect again though if you need to hear about that.
You know,
I mean, I've got it right here if you need it. You good? I mean,
I'm up to date.
Okay.
You know,
yeah. I mean, the next information release isn't coming until Monday probably, where we'll find out when the clan battles are for this month and such. So it's understandable. Yeah. I understand.
Can't wait.
Don't act like you're not excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it's been it's weird. I'm finally because they slowed things down. I'm finally catching up towards max level, like current max level, because every couple of updates they raise the max level cap. So since the game dropped in January, I've just been chasing that level cap because I'm not, throwing tons of money at it. I'm not buying tons of stamina refreshes every day, stuff like that. So I've just been slowly chasing that level cap, and I'm close. I can taste it. But I have a feeling that the next update they drop is maybe not this one, the one that's coming, that we'll find out about on Monday, but the one following it is probably going to be the next level bump. And then I won't be max level anymore, assuming I can even get to it, because it takes several days to level up when you're not spending a bunch of currency to refresh stamina.
It is a mobile game, right?
Mm-hmm. It's mobile, so you could play it mobile, or you could play it on BlueStacks as well. Man, I slept on BlueStacks for a long time, just as like a piece of software. I like BlueStacks, man. BlueStacks is straight legit in terms of just a free emulation environment for Android. It's surprisingly good.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take a look.
You can take a look at what BlueStacks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's neat, and the fact that you can, I like some of the functionality on it is what it really boils down to. Being able to actually set up keybinds to like press or like, click drag type stuff. You can do quite a bit with um, setting things up so you can actually like play on a keyboard and be more efficient than you would potentially be like tapping a phone screen.
Oh, hey, I can finally play Raid Shadow Legend.
Oh, dude, you better use NordVPN though to log in.
Yeah, right.
God, I don't even know what that game is about. If I'm being 100% honest.
I bet you can go to Skillshare and find out.
Oh, dude, will they teach me
It
how to
will
play
teach
there?
you.
Fuck. I mean, I'm not mad that they're getting endorsements,
Right.
but good God, can we get a few different sponsors for YouTube, please? Please, I'm begging you.
It might be just the people that we watch
You know,
have so many similar ones.
I would think that, but at the same time, even back when I was consuming an even wider variety of content, it really was like the same. There's only like, 3 or 4 different advertisers that I saw. I mean, like, not counting actual, YouTube placed ads on videos, but the ones that are sponsoring videos. I'm legitimately surprised at how few sponsors there seem to be. And yeah, you might be right. It may be within the type of content I'm consuming or that we're consuming, but at the same time, like, I mean, we're not consuming unpopular content either. Like, these are some of these YouTubers have millions of subscribers.
Yeah.
Some of them have tens of millions of subscribers, or well, over 10 million subscribers. I guess is probably a safer way of saying that. Not a lot have tens of millions, and to see the same kind of sponsorships just all over the place, just interesting to me. I wonder if it is just so profitable for those companies that they want to just keep sponsoring on YouTube because they're getting a lot of ROI there, or if it's just something where a bunch of other companies are too stuck in the traditional mentality and they don't want to actually uh, they don't actually want to be trying to get sponsored or sponsor videos like that. I wonder what the case is there.
There's probably a lot more legwork. Well, legwork, I guess finger work. You have to
I suppose
contact more people and
yeah, it is probably a more involved process. And I also imagine, I know that with some channels, when they get sponsored things, like I remember Michael Reeves got sponsored by Amazon to do a The Boys focused video, and I reckon that I know that they went back and forth a whole lot about what the video was going to be. So yeah, that was heaps more work than just having ads that run before or as mid-roll on YouTube videos. Vecino, welcome back.
Thank you.
IRL's good now?
Yes.
Bane talked to us about Eve since you didn't want to.
Awesome. Eve is bigger than me at this point.
Eve's bigger than all of us. You kidding? Look at this. We're sitting up here, and there's still what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still 10 people down there. Crazy.
We had like, I don't know, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, several billions of ISK on the field today in huge ships.
Mm-hmm. It's a good feel. And we didn't lose any of it. Also a good feel.
Yep. Always a good thing.
We're working that spread.
That's right.
But you guys got that nice padding though with that structure kill.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can just throw some stuff away. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we're starting to. Our people are getting smarter. We've got a lot of brand new people, so that's part of the thing. But I think we're teaching them how to make ISK. We're teaching them how to be like on the field and not die. I think it'll be good.
Teaching them not to go solo mine in wormholes.
Yeah.
With like giant ships that are just, juicy targets.
People are probably like, in the beginning, they were probably like hunting us. Like they're probably sitting in their own comms. Like, dude, that has to be bait. Don't shoot at that. That's got to be bait. Then they're like, fuck it. Let's just try it. And they do. And they're like, I can't believe that wasn't bait.
Yeah. And then they started, now they look at our spread and it's like, oh, that gang spread is pretty heavily skewed towards not solo players. So maybe it's not safe to attack these guys after all anymore. What was that big throwdown that was going down earlier this week? I didn't even think about it until we were just talking about this, or I would have asked Bane earlier when we were talking about Eve. But there was a big throwdown with it's like a 3-way fight that broke out wherever we were at. Was that this week? I'm pretty sure it was this week.
Yeah, it's like all running together. In the very beginning of the week, we were trying to drop a structure, and we it was like a 24-hour. Was that this week, or did we already talk about that?
We didn't talk about this, I don't think.
Okay, yeah. So we were trying to drop a structure, and one of the requirements for that is you have to have hull control, which means like you need a ton of people that are like moving in and out of the wormholes and creating enough mass to close them. And we had been doing this for 24 hours. That's how long it takes. Like people were like legit on shifts. And then it was all going great until the very end. And a enemy fleet happened to get in, and like it was like it happened to be me, and I'm glad it was me versus like someone else, because I would be like, did you do it wrong, or did you you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I was on the other side of the hole, and like I come in full mass, which means like you turn on your micro warp drive to like build as much mass as possible to close the hole. And what happened was the hole like crit, and so it didn't quite close, and it stayed open long enough for them to get a ton of ships in. And by that point they could get more ships in because we lost hull control. So anyway, it didn't go well, but the rest of the week was very successful. I mean, we rolled that into recruiting a great FC, bashing our own structure, like going back, basically doing the exact same thing that happened to us, we did to another team.
Yeah.
And then also we did like some Black Ops runs, which was pretty awesome. Just like jump into people and they're like, oh shit.
Forgot to mention that GIF is straight fire, by the way.
Yeah.
That is a great Black Ops GIF.
Thank you for the idea.
It just clicked. I was like, oh my god, this is what it should be. I just sent something when somebody was like, we need a GIF. I just like sent something random, and then like shortly thereafter, I just like the light bulb finally clicked on in my brain. It's like, oh my god, this is what it has to be. Oh man, yeah, come play Eve with us. We're recruiting.
Could always use more Eve players.
More Eve players, especially we need more EU time players too. I know Bane's got a. Bane, I saw the chatter. Got a line out with hopefully some friendly pilots over the EU.
Bane's been going hard,
dude. If the night shift starts looking anything like the day shift has been looking, we are going to be terrifying.
I know,
like actually, legitimately terrifying.
I know. Can you imagine this much activity, 24/7?
I mean, yes, but it's like it's this weird thing where it seems so far fetched, but I would have said the same thing, a month ago when you guys were first talking about like, oh man, maybe we should play some Eve. Maybe it was more than that. It's like 6 or 8 weeks ago when you guys were watching your old PvP videos and gaming.
Yeah.
I'd have thought the same thing about our the current state of things with the core and the alliance at that point. So I think it's entirely plausible.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about this today. I think like you and me have the roadmap and we follow it.
Mm. And we don't repeat Albion.
No, we don't repeat Albion.
Oh man. Yeah. Vecino, do remind me to make fun of Braden though for playing Madden instead of coming to the weekly.
Oh my god!
I know it's of all things. Actually, Madden's his game. I can't talk smack on it.
I mean, Sinish is playing Dota 2. And is literally on comms right now in another channel. So,
well, I mean, he's probably I would imagine he's like logged in scouting while playing Dota 2.
That's a good point. Yeah. Eve is one of the few games you can actually contribute in a meaningful way by playing another game in another window.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Oh, I guess one last thing we should also mention for anybody who watches the VOD or who's out there in YouTube chat being quiet, we are one boost, a single boost from getting our vanity back.
Wow. Then we got to keep it. It's
I know.
almost, I was a bit I was a little I don't know how to say it. I wasn't pleased with the fact that the vanity goes away, but I guess it makes sense. But it's high risk to put a URL out there,
Right, and then have it like dry up because
right, especially like when we have strats.co/discord. Like it's just as short. It's literally the same thing but opposite.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I always when I'm sending people, I always send them strats.co/discord because it is the one that will not disappear.
Right.
Because, I mean, I guess technically you're paying for the Discord vanity as well, but like the strats.co redirect is one that we're paying for. So like.
Yeah, but at least we have like more control, if we wanted to like take down that redirect or something.
It's probably hella cheaper too.
Yeah, it's hella cheaper.
Like 30,
but I still think that like getting level 3 is or just like having more people with a vested interest in the server feels good.
Yeah, well, and like level 3, getting that expanding that emojis out some more, getting that top tier audio quality.
Yep.
And the
100 meg upload is no joke either.
Yeah, that's true. That's good enough for like small clips and like really high quality screenshots without having to worry about other people.
Yeah, I didn't think about video. That would actually be pretty great for video, just like straight uploading. I
mean, that's actually so because as a Nitro booster, you just get that when you have Discord Nitro. I definitely send videos across Discord, like short video clips all the time. Like we used to constantly be recording and sending one another BlueStacks recordings of the Princess Connect. That's right, unironically, sent a whole bunch of those around to each other. Dude, the PvP's intense. I'm telling you. Oh man. But yeah. Oh snap. It's 33 after. You guys should go back to Eve. Dr. Acula's got to go back to working on games.
Homework.
Yeah, you and me both. I have a test due tomorrow. I need to finish prepping for. I've only done about half of the review sheet. Kind of need this because this class does not have a lot of graded assignments. So this test going poorly would be. I could probably like do a full letter grade swing in this class. So yeah, we got to get out of here. But thanks everybody for coming out. Thane, Dr. Acula, Bacino. Appreciate you hanging out and chatting. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, see you.
See ya.